Hey, typical retirement advice has been to keep a mix of stocks and bonds. Bonds being something that is considered, safe from the ebbs and flows of the market. But are they really the best option? Is it time to bail on bonds?
Abe Ashton is here with Insight. Abe is one of the area's leading financial professionals. He helps people prepare for retirement and even hosts his own weekly retirement radio show. It's great having you, buddy.
See, well, thanks for having me back. I'm happy to be here.
It's good to see you.
I'm looking at the title. It's like Abe Ashton sells bail bonds.
Bail on bonds. I was like, should you get the bail bonds?
There's a little something to that. If you're in trouble, hook me up. No.
That's not what you do.
Different thing about bonds.
Anyone looks in their 401k, they're going to see bonds there. Odds are very likely. Not everyone understands what the heck bonds are or why they have them or how many they have.
Sure.
So explain, first of all, what are they?
Well, a bond is basically issued by, it can be issued by the state or a municipality, or it can be issued by a company, and it's a way that that entity, whether it's a business or whether it's a hospital, whether it's a school, it's the way they try to borrow money. And they're borrowing money from the general public, and what they do is they collateralize that by issuing a bond. And they pay you an interest rate for you lending them their money via purchasing a bond on that project or on that city or municipality or on a particular company. It could be a bond issued by Coca-Cola if Coca-Cola wanted to borrow some money.
Yeah.
They're normally much more secure than just going and buying that company's common stock.
Gotcha.
Because they've got the first right. If there was a catastrophe, those bondholders are in a better position if a company was going out of business than, say, someone who just owns common stock.
Gotcha.
So that's why they're traditionally seen as more conservative, but they're paying you an interest rate based off of today's interest rates, right, which are set by the federal government. We talk about the 10-year treasury very often. And if it gets very complicated, I'm afraid that a lot of financial advisors want it to sound complicated.
Yeah.
So you just go blah, 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 interest rates, bonds, terms, coupon rates, and I'll just trust you to just take my money and invest it. But what most people understand is that bonds are something safe or conservative, right?
Yes.
When I'm nervous about the market, you just mentioned something about, well, I think it's time to move out of some of my equity positions in my 401k and go into something more conservative for some period of time because of whatever's out there.
Because the news is a little weird right now.
The news is a little weird. I mean, you can list it, right? Whether we're talking about what's happening in Washington, D.C., or tariffs and trade war with China, or just volatility and wars and rumors of wars, whatever it might be, people are nervous. And so traditionally or historically, we'd say, well, then I might want to go to bonds. But this is the problem. When you're in a rising interest rate environment, bond values go down.
Oh, wow.
And the reason why that happens is if you can get a bond, let's say last year you could get a bond at 3%, and it was a 10-year bond. And this year you can get a bond at 4%. Who wants to buy your old bond from last year that was only earning 3%? It would be like going to one of the new home builders here in Las Vegas and they're offering a home and you bought it a year ago for $300,000. And this year they're selling the same house for $300,000, but they're including $30,000 of extra gimmies that they didn't give you. So who wants to buy your house from last year for $300,000 versus going and getting a new one that has another $30,000 of freebies? All of a sudden, your value of your home really just became $270,000, didn't it?
Wow, yeah.
Because it's worth less because they're offering something better now. That happens in bonds with interest rates and interest rates all the time.
Okay, so and the point you're making is about getting into bonds right now,
or getting out.
I was going to say, what about the other side?
Right. So most people are saying, hey, is it a good time to get in if interest rates are going up? We know interest rates are going up, so it may not be a great time to get in. If you have a bond portfolio, meaning it's a mutual fund that just tracks bonds, it's very dynamic. It is normally liquid. You can move some money out of that. It may be a good time to move some money out of that if you think that interest rates are going to continue to go up, if you believe what the federal government is saying that they're going to continue to raise interest rates. It might be something you want to talk to your financial planner or your financial advisor about, or come and talk to somebody at our office.
I'd like to ask you, well, go ahead.
An alternative then to bonds. Is there something beyond bonds? It's not quite a stock, but better than a bond?
Yeah, because as interest rates go up, there are those fixed strategies. The cash accounts are going up. CDs are actually starting to increase in interest rates. Fixed annuities, fixed indexed annuities are performing better than they have in the past because those things that grow tied to those fixed interest rates are doing well, while those bond values may be going down.
Okay.
I got to tell you, every time you come in, Sean and I kind of meet you at the door and we throw some financial questions at you.
Happy to do it.
We got a free consultation.
It's
That'll be
really
$100. Thank you.
I know. Oh, send us the bill later. Send my bill to him.
I will.
Wow.
But you have a special offer today because a lot of people feel this way. They would love to sit with someone like you for just a few minutes.
Yeah, and people think, oh, I'm worried about I'm going to look dumb when I come in and say, I've got this money, this retirement account I just put away. It wasn't my job, but I feel silly asking some questions that I think might be dumb.
Yeah.
And it's just really, I know it's a cliche to say there's no such thing as a dumb question, but this is our job. If it wasn't your job, how are you supposed to know about things like this unless you're talking to somebody? So talk to somebody, even if it's not me. Get some advice. We'd love to be that office for you, but get some advice, and we offer the complimentary consultation to our viewers just for that reason.
Absolutely, and the first 15 callers are actually getting a complimentary portfolio review as well.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome. Ashton, Abe, it's great having you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, next 15 minutes, if you receive, if you give them a call, rather, you're going to receive a complimentary portfolio review. They're going to run your numbers, see if you need to rebalance any of your investments. Call right now, see if you qualify. You must be nearing retirement or already retired. Ashton & Associates, they're on St. Rose in Henderson, near the 215. Their website is also listed on your screen for more information. They're a proud sponsor of The Morning Blind.